Welcome to Akron Buzz, everyone. I'm your host, Sarah, and today I get to hang out with Jennifer Ringer. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Sarah?
Good. And Jennifer is the Director of Business Development for Warmus Senior Living, which is Brier Creek Independent Living and GreenView Assisted Living. So why don't we go ahead and just start there and just explain to people the difference between an independent living facility for seniors and an assisted living facility.
Sure. And that comes up a lot. People just don't understand sometimes when they're looking where they should choose and where the best fit is.
Exactly.
So the best way to describe it is GreenView Assisted Living, which we are located in the city of Green, is the same as independent because it's thriving. You have your independence. People there even have cars. But the difference is we have nursing and nursing assistants 24/7.
Okay.
So we provide the same luxury lifestyle, but there is medical assistance if or when you need it.
Okay, perfect. And then independent living?
Independent living is, well, a lot of people say, why would I live there independently when I can live in my home I own, free and clear?
Right.
And I always say, well, let's talk about what's free. So independent living includes, ours does, Brier Creek, also in the city of Green. And I do want to mention that we are family owned locally by John and Jane Warmus.
Okay.
And John actually built Brier Creek.
Oh, I love that.
Jane's a full-time employee at GreenView Assisted Living and has been since we opened 20 years ago.
Yeah, well, and that shows their passion behind these two.
Exactly. And many of the people that live at Brier Creek owned homes John built for them, and they just continue to follow that integrity. But independent living is a generational neighborhood.
Okay.
It's 55 and older. We take away all the things that can create injuries, climbing ladders, maintenance, things, isolation.
Right.
So we take away all of those things and we just make a luxurious lifestyle where you can still be active. Everybody is of the same generation.
Right.
We provide fitness, transportation. We have wonderful chefs, and it's a beautiful building.
Yeah.
And it's clean. It doesn't just look pretty, it's just a real great quality custom home built by John Warmus.
Okay, right. Very, very nice. So you mentioned that it's locally owned, family owned, in Green. You said open almost 20 years?
Yeah, and what's really neat, and another thing that people call and ask about is, what do I look for when I'm choosing my senior community? Well, longevity.
Right, absolutely.
We've not only been open 20 years, but many of our staff are still here from that opening date. Our director of nursing, Rusty, has been there since we opened 20 years ago. Jane, our owner. We have multiple nurses. Charlene, who runs Brier Creek, has been with Warmus Companies, I think 22 or 24 years.
Oh my goodness.
So we just have, I'm the baby of the crew at almost 7.
Yeah, you have people that love their jobs.
Yes, they love their jobs. And the same with our residents. Many of our residents are repeat families, and the majority of our residents were referred by former.
Yeah.
I have a gentleman living there right now at our assisted living where his dad and his mother-in-law both live there.
Oh, wow.
I've had a mother and a son living there at the same time. We are all referral based on our quality care and our environment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love what you said. You said if someone's not sure, they can come visit. They can come talk to the people that work there. They can come talk to residents. They can talk to staff and look around and check it out.
That.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's a lot of people that call in that aren't even a good fit for us, and we tell them that. But we help them with the questions they have. How does VA fit in, the VA benefits?
Okay.
The veterans. What does Medicare pay for? What does Medicaid cover? What is all involved in the search for your senior living environment?
Yeah, absolutely.
We help them out before they even come in the door.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Because I do think a lot of people, when they're looking for this kind of thing, they aren't sure what they're looking for, and it sounds like you guys can really help them out with that. So
everybody needs an advocate.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you mentioned that you are under market in pricing and how that's a little bit different from some other facilities. So go ahead and talk about that.
Well, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Because traditionally, most have a guaranteed 2 to 7% rate increase annually.
Okay.
When I first started, it had been about 9 years before we ever had a rate increase. And especially with COVID, we finally just had a rate increase, and I'm still under market.
Yeah.
Our job is to find out, 20 miles north, south, east, and west, what are they getting for their money? And our owners want to provide the best for less.
Right.
So one of the things we did was we raised our rates this year because we had to. With the cost of increasing, the increase of costs for food and sanitation supplies and paying our staff.
Yeah, and I
who
think
deserve it.
everyone has noticed
Right.
those.
So one of the things that's a bonus about us being family and locally owned is we can charge less.
Yes.
We have a building that's been there 20 years. Brier Creek has been there 4 years, and we're locally managed, so we're not outsourcing a lot of stuff, which is one way we can save money.
I love your passion for this. What makes you passionate about caring for senior living, seniors, community living? What brings you that passion?
Well, I had never been in the senior living industry until I started with the Warmus companies, with GreenView. And this is important. Most of us, including myself, who work at GreenView have had family there.
Okay.
So long before I even worked there, I had relatives living there. And during my time employed there, I have family living there. And so do most of our staff members.
Yeah.
So the passion comes from knowing how good they are.
Right.
What a great job they do. How clean our building is. When I do a tour with somebody, our staff and our residents walk up to me and they feel compelled to talk to the person touring to tell them how great it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
How well they're cared for, how good the food is, or how clean the building is. I am so proud of that.
Yeah.
I see it every day, and in my position, I can't come out and promote something that I don't believe in.
That you don't believe in. Yeah.
So it's easy to do because we are an incredible senior living community.
And it does seem like the residents have fun together. I was looking at some photos and there's a lot of different activities going on and it looked like they were enjoying their time together.
They really do. And we had talked about COVID and, the lockdown. And one of the most important things I could tell everybody out there who disagreed with us, and I'm not saying we agreed with it, we were forced to do what we did, but our residents had companionship.
Yes.
They weren't isolated, they weren't alone. They had us, not the same as family,
No.
but they also had their friends that were the
Right.
same age as them. They had someone to sit with at dinner every night.
Right.
So it's just a good place to be.
Yeah, and that is so key. I mean, during this pandemic, it was so sad to see some of the isolation. So it's great that they were able to have their friends, have the staff there to support them through that hard time. And thankfully, we are not under lockdown anymore, and they can see family again. Yes,
it's so good to see the families back in our buildings and having fun with us.
So go ahead and share with us your website, your social media, so that people can find you guys if they want to come for a tour.
Our website, GreenView, is greenviewassistedliving.com, and Brier Creek, it's ER, Brier, B-R-I-E-R, BrierCreekCommunity.com.
Perfect.
We also have Facebook pages, and I really recommend people finding us on Facebook because we post every single day. So everybody knows what we're doing or the fun we're having or what we're promoting, and we spotlight residents or staff or an activity or a holiday. And we also are on Instagram. So we have our website, we have Instagram, and we have Facebook.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Jennifer, for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. And thank you guys for being here with me today. We had a great time here on Akron Buzz. We hope you follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check out our brand new Roku channel. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.